Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for coming. What I'd like to talk to you guys today about is the reason that we should all become first aid certified. Okay, now I want you to picture yourself. You're out enjoying some time with your family. You're out spending time with nature, and the worst thing happens. Your child sustained an injury, and you're the only person that can save them. Now, if this sounds like something out of a nightmare, then it is very possible that you do not possess what is the information that is necessary to perform first aid. Now, let me introduce myself first. My name is Gaeta, and what I'm going to talk to you about today is the reason why it is so important that we all become first aid certified. Now, first off, what is first aid? According to the American Red Cross, first aid is designed to give people the confidence and ability to save people's lives in the event of an emergency. Now, the definition, according to medicine.net, is first aid applies to a broad range of medical situations. First aid is not just a set of skills, but it also involves the ability to determine the appropriate response to a specific injury or illness. In some cases, appropriate first aid measures is small enough in itself to solve the problem or the situation. Now, the history of first aid dates back to prehistoric man, who in times when had a situation where someone was bleeding, learned how to stop someone from bleeding, learned how to stabilize bones, and also determine how to treat certain type of poisoning from plants. Later on in history, first aid training was given to soldiers, such as yourselves, during battlefield to learn how to dress and treat wounds. Now eventually, during the First International Geneva Convention, we would create the Red Cross and establish certain guidelines on how to provide aid to soldiers on the battlefield. Now later on, this same training was given to civilians, and it was known as first treatment and was normally used for situations in the workplace, for miners, for police officers, and so on and so forth. Now, some of the situations that require first aid, now there's many of them, but some of the more common ones would be choking situations, drowning, insect bites or stings, venom poisoning, animal attacks, injuries, and accidents. Now, choking and drowning according to the Mayo Clinic, choking according to the Mayo Clinic occurs whenever a foreign object becomes lodged in the windpipe, blocking the flow of air. In adults, this may occur when a person is eating, and in children, it occurs when they try to swallow small objects. Now, because when someone's choking, oxygen is being depleted to the brain, it is very important that you clear the airway, and this can actually become life-threatening within minutes. Now, whenever you lose flow of oxygen to the brain, your brain starts to die between 4 to 6 minutes and can render a person brain dead in about 10 minutes. Now, the average time that an ambulance takes to get to somebody on site is about 7 to 10 minutes. So those first couple minutes are very important, and if you take the time to call 911, by the time you get to the phone call, that person could already be brain dead by the time they get there. So it's very important to learn how to do these certain things. Now, drowning is another incident that can be potentially life-threatening if first aid is not administered. According to emedicine.com, drowning claims nearly 3,600 lives annually and is the leading cause of accidental death, and is the third leading cause, of accidental death in the United States alone. Now, drowning victims may lose their life anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes due to cardiac arrest, and sometimes even 72 hours, which is 3 days, from complications from potential drowning. Now, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, or the AAP, proper training of first aid has reduced the death of young children from 2.68 per 100,000 to about, in 1985, to about 1.32 per 100,000 in 2006, which is our latest numbers. So that's about 50%. Insect stings, venom poisoning, and animal attacks are another situation that would require first aid. Now, insect sting related deaths account for approximately 40 to 100 in the United States, and puts about 3.3% to about 5% of the potential population at severe risk due to anaphylactic shock. Now, the problem with insect stings is that your body's never going to react the same way. So, in the event that you are stung one time, you might have a certain situation happened the second time, you could potentially be looking at potentially dying because of shock. Now, approximately 4,500 snake bites occur, 45,000 snake bites occur in the United States alone. About 8,000 of these are by venomous snakes. So you have about 12 deaths in the United States alone. Not knowing how to take care of this situation could render a person lifeless. Now also, household pet attacks are also a big deal that happen here in the United States. They account for about 31 deaths in the United States. Injuries. Injuries and accidents may vary from being minor to life-threatening. In the United States, injuries and accidents combined account for the majority of non-natural deaths. Next. Okay, according to the National Institute of Health, the top cause of death is caused by accidents that include death by machinery, poisons, falls, firearms, motor vehicle crashes, which is the leading cause, motor vehicle crashes. Although some injuries are actually not treatable, sometimes you arrive on scene and there's nothing you can do. Many of them, if they're treated at the initial stage, can prevent death, further injury and death. Now, why is it so important to actually become first aid certified? Well, first off, the peace of mind that it gives you. Becoming first aid certified will give you the peace of mind that no matter where you go, you know that you have the skills to handle any situation that comes at hand. So if you're out with your loved ones, you don't have to worry about what's going to happen if this situation comes about. You know what to do at that point. Now additionally, you're also going to learn a set of skills to help others. Most of the time, whenever you have a situation, an accident, you're going to have people that are going to rely on bystanders. Being the person that is qualified in this area, you're going to be able to help people in their time of need. Ultimately, the whole reason behind this is to preserve life, to prevent further injury, and to promote recovery. And that's what learning this is all about. Now, how you can go about getting certified. Becoming certified is relatively simple process. First thing you need to do is to go to your local fire department, EMT, or police department and see what the schedule is for the next available classes. If this is not an option, you can always go online to redcross.org where you can put in your zip code and you will determine the closest area where the next available classes are going to be. The cost to student. The cost is relatively cheap. It can range from no money to about $65 depending on the training that you're looking for and how in-depth you are looking for this training to be. Your certification is going to be good for up to 2 years. The value to the student, however, far exceeds the cost, because aside from learning a set of skills that can help save lives, many companies offer certified first aid personnel different positions that may offer you more money. Additionally, insurance companies offer discounts for people that are trained in first aid as well. Now, what we basically covered today was the many different aspects of first aid, its history, the types of first aid that can be administered, and also the different situations that require first aid. We also talked about drowning, choking, insect stings, venom poisoning, animal attack injuries, and accidents. We also talked about the reason it's important to become first aid certified, the peace of mind that it gives you, the skills that it gives to other people, and how becoming certified inevitably saves lives. Now finally, we also talked about how you can actually go out and learn the training that is out there to become certified. The cost of the training, how it pales in comparison to the value that you render, and also the ability to become certified, how it will help you save money or even make money. Now, in closing, I want to let you know that a person does not have to be a doctor, does not have to be a nurse, or anyone with any kind of medical training background to learn how to render first aid to a person in need. More often than not, a person will be on site, that requires first aid is a bystander with little to no training. Becoming first aid certified is easier than most people think. And it not only gives you the knowledge and ability to help stabilize a person until help arrives, but also the very reason that they remain alive. Thank you very much for your attention. I will open up the floor to any questions at this point. Do you have any questions? Anybody? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
How long was this supposed to be?
Almost about 10 minutes.
How long is this?